Well, hello again. Little hot chocolate out in a sunny winter's day. Welcome to the next vlog. This week, I just wanted to give kind of a highlight reel of some of the best things that we love about Cape Town, things that have helped us grow, to experience new things, and a little bit of the people that we love so much here in Cape Town. So come with us on this journey today. We'll show you a little bit about our routines, a little bit about some of the special things that we get to do and the opportunities that Cape Town has presented to us, everything that we love about the city.
Thanks, Sodu, for sponsoring this video and helping to make it.
So typically every morning, one of the rituals that we've really come to love is walking our dogs. And this only really started back in COVID days. We were still living in Pretoria. And in COVID, during the first 5 months in South Africa, there was a pretty hard lockdown. And at a certain point, one of the only ways you were allowed to go outside was to walk your dog. Now, before that, I mostly just played with Tatum outside in our yard. We had a big, beautiful yard, so I hadn't really started the habit of taking Tatum on morning and evening walks. But thanks to COVID and this lockdown restriction being lifted, Tatum and I created this wonderful routine of walking around the neighborhood for about half an hour every morning and every evening, and it was one way that I kind of got to know a little bit more about the neighborhood and was able to meet some of the other dogs in the area. I remember writing little short notes in my journals at the time of the different characters we'd meet, the squeaky little Pomeranian or the old and creaky Basset Hound. Yeah, it was lovely. Ever since then, we've had the habit of going on morning and evening walks with our dogs, now with our 2 dogs, since Penny is the newest addition. And I think it was something that really helped us fall in love with this new neighborhood here in Gardens in Cape Town. And we've made great friends in just the last 4 weeks. It's lovely. Another thing I've been super grateful for that South Africa has given to me has been my exploration of music. I've always loved to sing, and I've loved to songwrite, and again, it was only in COVID that I was able to tap into that and use a lot of that spare time to create my first EP, Heartfelt, which is out on Spotify everywhere and anywhere else you get your music, in case you want to go check it out. But ever since then, I've continued to write songs and put out music, and I've found a really great producer that I love, John Cavanis, who has seen me through many of my musical creations. And even now in Cape Town, I've dabbled in recording in studios to do these couple of covers, one for Harry Styles' Late Night Talking and one for Lizzo. And in this most recent EP project that started this year, I tapped back into that network and actually have been working with a vocal producer here, because usually I just record all of my own vocals and I find myself way too in my head. And the wonderful thing about working with a vocal producer is it's another person to bounce ideas off of. They might come up with really cool harmonies that I wouldn't have thought of, or they give me the confidence to try something that I would have felt stupid doing on my own. So yeah, so this is me just sitting down at my desk and getting myself prepared for a studio session that I had last week. I find that this producer is so good at what he does that he can come up with ideas on the spot. He's super chill, he's super comfortable with his own cool factor, whereas I'm not. And so I have found that prepping myself and trying out some things, some harmonies before I get there, allows me to be more in the moment. And then, yeah, let's just go to the studio and see how it goes.
Silence my unfound defense, so through all the shadows and me always acting content.
Nice.
Stay through the silence, my unfound defense, so through all the shadows and me always acting content.
Very nice.
That was what I knew. Speeches, no sermons, just showing me how the meaning on you doesn't mean. Trying to build a life that understand the by design of all just as planned. One that looks like it makes a stand. I've been waiting on side, but the only sign is time.
Another amazing thing about Cape Town and South Africa is just access to nature. So we have never really been nature girlies, but South Africa has really taught us to lean into that and to appreciate it and to seek refuge in it. And there's just such a bounty of different types of nature, very accessible to Cape Town, that it's become such a big part of our life. And so this week we wanted to hang out with a friend, but also use that opportunity to soak up more of the nature before we leave. So we went on a little hike. This one is called Missing Link, and it's pretty close to us where we live now. and it just provides some of the most beautiful views that Cape Town has to offer. Yeah, and then I guess the other big thing that we have gotten into, which maybe some of you have seen on Instagram or socials, is we've gotten a lot more into the arts. So obviously, Joe, much more than me, but even me, dabbling in some life drawing here and there. And part of Joe's art exploration has introduced him to a ton of great people. And so another thing that we did last week was to go to one of our friends' art openings in Durbanville. And he's an incredible artist, Andre Serfontaine. Check him out on Instagram. He creates beautiful queer art, really highlighting masculine beauty. He has a very interesting approach to color and light, and I love the way he elongates or emphasizes certain features of the people that he paints. This is us just checking out his beautiful show. It was really well attended. Everything was selling. It was just so lovely to see and to celebrate our friend Andre's art opening. And finally, of course, one of the biggest things that we love about Cape Town in South Africa is the quality of the food. I cannot tell you how well I have eaten in this country in the last 7 years. And so the sort of last thing that we did over the weekend was meet up with friends and try out a new restaurant, which happened to be hosting a jazz show in the basement. So we went, we shared lots of laughter and stories, ate a ton of Mediterranean food, more than we needed, and then went down to the jazz show, which was lovely. We found a cute little section in the back corner where we could just be in these nice leather sofas, but you know your boy loves an early bedtime, and so yes, I definitely struggled to stay awake, not because the music wasn't good, but because I'm just an old man. So my head was bobbing and a-weaving, and Joe just had to gently nudge me awake every so often, but it was lovely.